Hi guys, how are you? I have been gone. I told God, I said, look, I don't want to talk until you give me something to say. I don't want to just go on here like how I did last year and just say whatever. I want the right people to see this video, okay? So I hope you guys are doing good. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. Want to talk about how God blessed my family and I with our car. Now, if you look on my video, I'll post it somewhere, but how God blessed me with that other car, you can definitely watch that to get the backstory for that one. This is continuing on from that. So pretty much, guys, I don't know about y'all. Happy New Year, but I don't know about y'all. 2025 it was a doozy, okay? It was a doozy, all right? But God showed up and was still there, you know. I felt like 2025 was a fight. I felt like I was Muhammad Ali in a fight. And I still won, but that thing was hard. You know what I mean? It was hard. So I had just the car that we originally had, that if you watched from the video before, that was a Chrysler. And we paid it off like in April. Super excited, y'all. Oh my gosh, it felt so good to pay off a car and to not have an extra bill. Like, we got that car in 2017 and just paid it off. I know it's a long time. But we paid it off and we felt really good. We're like, yay, now we don't have no car note. Now all we gotta do is keep up with the oil changes. It's not what happened. It's not what happened, guys. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So after we paid off the car, Lord, I pray that you bring everything back to my memory. After we paid off the car, so we started, I'll say this car has driven us from state to state to state to state. This car has been with us for some years and just riding. And this car has went to a lot of states, y'all. Like, we had a lot of fun in this car. But it started having trouble over the summer with the radiator. I learned about what a temperature housing was, just all this stuff, right? So we moved to a new city and we were like, okay, let's try out this mechanic because the reviews are good on Google. It's like a mom and pop, okay? We went and they would tell us little things that were wrong with it. So every time we would get this fixed, 2 months later, we have to come back and get this fixed. 2 months later, we have to come back and get this fixed. And then we're like, you know what, bro? Like, let's just go. Because it got to the point where it was smoking, and every time you drove it, and it's like, okay, this is not safe, especially living in the South. This is not safe. I say living in the South because when it gets hot in the South, it gets super duper duper hot. We learned that it's like, if your car is overheating and it's already super hot outside, that's like not a great combination. So y'all, we said, yo, bro, let's just take it to the dealership. So we took it to the actual dealership that makes the Chryslers, our Chrysler. And they said, yeah, the temperature housing did need to be replaced, the radiator, so that's good, but also your engine's going bad. So I said, dang, the mom and pop dealership or whatever mechanic shop, they was telling us everything that was wrong around the biggest problem, and then they were probably telling us everything little, and then they didn't tell us the big problem, right? And they wanted us to come back, just keep going back and getting the money, and I don't like that. And I said, oh my God, I try to support small businesses, mom and pops, great reviews. We went to a dealership and they told us the engine. We did a diagnostic. All this is money, guys. Can I say that too? All this is money. All this is money that we wanted to vacation with. All this is money that we wanted to buy fun stuff with, save. All of this is money. When I say 2025 was a doozy, I didn't get to do what I wanted to because that thing went into the car. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to it. When they told us our engine, my husband and I grew up hearing that if your engine goes bad, you might as well get a new car. That's what we grew up hearing. And we did the diagnostics. They called us when we was here and told us that. So this is like a part of the story. It's a part of the story that's more detailed. If my husband ever wants to get on here, I'll let him tell his part because he was actually the one that was using the car daily and he needed it. Like, it's not like we wanted a car. Like, he needed it. We don't live where it's like public transportation and stuff. Like, he needs it to go back and forth and take care of his business daily, you know? He needed it. And so he was outside driving when it was overheating and us having to get it towed home and all this stuff. And we don't live where it's like family that can just be like, oh, I'm about to come pick you up. Oh, I'm about to get you a tow, or oh, I'm about to, no, it was, oh, what y'all gonna do? And so we look to God for everything. A lot of the times what that situation, and just a lot of situations, but especially what this situation has taught me and reminded me about God, is that a lot of the times he will put you in positions to where you don't have no one else to depend on but him. So that way, when he blesses you, he the only one that can get the glory. He's the only one that can get the praise. You can't say, oh, my aunt helped me get out of that situation. Oh, my dad helped me get out of that situation. No, he put you in a position to where the only person you have to give the credit to getting you out of that sucky situation is God. And that is, woo, that is who he is to us, okay? He gets us out of situations. I mean, he's more than that, but anyway. So yeah, guys, my husband and I talked, we're like, yo, what do you want to do? The engine is, we didn't know, because like I said, he has business to handle outside of the house. I work from home, but you know, he does not. So it's like, what we finna do? Like, they said it's $11,000 to get this thing fixed, y'all. God made my husband and I some fighters, okay? In the spirit, we're sitting here with our swords. 2025 had us sitting in the spirit with our swords, tired, but we still fighting. Tired, okay? Anyway. Let me get a sip of my tea, guys. Lord, look what y'all got me talking about. Okay. So, I said, you know what? I said, let's just get a new one. And the reason why at first that wasn't even, we tried not to even think of that as an option, as getting a new car, guys, because we had just paid off. We paid off our car in August, in April of 2025. In September, the end of September, going into October, when it was a shutdown, that's when they told us the engine, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all how God worked in the middle of a shutdown, okay? For our country, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't want to get into that, okay? But anyway, I was trying not to edit this video, but I have to stop and really think before I talk. So that's what I'm doing. So I may not edit it. I'm trying to think though. The engine went back. Okay, yeah. So we're like, let's just get a new car. We did not want to. How our finances was at the time, it was perfect to not have a car note and still like save and do stuff. Putting a car note into that was kind of like, okay, this is like touching our fun money. And I don't like that, bro. I don't like that. So pause. I want to be really open. I really want to be really, really, really open. I said, okay, God, what about let's just get a new car once we get more income coming in? You know, then we can get a new car. God said, no. God said, I'm going to get you a new car and then you get more income. So another thing I learned was we see it in our minds like, okay, God, I'm going to get the money for this, then I'll have it to pay for this. That's how our minds work. I'm going to get the money for this, then I'm going to have it to pay for this. And God's like, no, I'm going to give you this when you don't have the money. And you got to believe me that I'm going to get you the money to pay for this. God told me that as clear as day. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, Lord, I'm going to trust you. My husband ended up going to the dealership and getting a new car. It was a day process. And here's the deal, y'all. We told them we don't want to pay over a certain amount. I don't believe in car notes that are like $1,000 or something. My mind is still in 2017. I need my thing to be like 300. So we negotiated real good. Okay, we negotiated. Don't play with me. You can get that number lower because you're not salesperson. You're not the person who has to pay this every month. I do. So we went to a dealership, got approved. He test drive a lot of car. And when my husband came home, and I trust his judgment, so I'm like, yeah, hubby, choose whatever car you think's right for our family, right? And he came home, and he was just like, oh my God, we really did that. And we did that with no money down. We traded in our beautiful Chrysler that we just paid off. I hope this story is in order. We traded in our beautiful car that we just paid off. We traded it in and used that as a down payment. And they, you know what? They kept trying to say, do you want to put extra money in? No, this is a car. My husband told him straight up, if you're not taking this car as a down payment, we're just going to go to a different dealership. It's totally fine. Like, stop trying to, don't let these salespeople pressure you into paying more. You said no, stand on that boundary. No. So anyway, y'all, we used that as a down payment. Our car that we just paid off as a down payment. Traded that in, got our new car, and I really love it now. I really, really, really love it now. My daughter keeps saying, do we have a race car? I say that to say, that day, that moment, that year, I did not see God giving us a brand new car. And how God said, I'm gonna get you a car and I'll give you the money to pay for it later. Guys, God works. God works. And He's true to His word. You can take that to the bank. So I'm just so happy that we have reliable transportation, not only transportation, but reliable transportation, because a lot of the times we feel like we're leaning on each other. So me and my husband are leaning on each other, and then both of us are leaning on God. Like, that's really how it is. And it just feels so good that God, He has came through. And I really didn't even want to share this story. Like I said earlier, I said, God, tell me what you want me to talk about. And He says, okay, tell how you got the car. I didn't necessarily want to tell this story. I wanted to bless people, but it's also very personal, because that was a rough time for us. We got a new car when it was in the middle of a shutdown, y'all, to where people, remember it was a shutdown 2025, and people were like, oh, how am I going to feed my family, bills. Like, it was in the middle of that. God came through, and God don't care about what circumstances is happening in the world. God blessing you is not contingent on the world being perfect and everything in the world being the economy being perfect. The economy does not have to be perfect in order for God to bless you. I think that's the biggest takeaway. The economy, I have a few takeaways. The economy does not have to be perfect in order for God to bless you. God can still bless you when the economy is crap. Also, if you don't have family support around, if you don't have friends support around, if you don't have support, if it's just you and you feel lonely as ever, God, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I need help. God can not only bring you destiny helpers and people to help you, but if he doesn't do that, he can also bring his hand down and bless you too, okay? Don't think that you need a lot of people to be blessed. If you don't have a village, if you're still building your village and you don't have a village to help you, let God be your village, okay? Until he gives you other people. Don't look at your lacks and be like, oh, God can't bless me because I'm lacking this, that, and a third, because God can make those lacks no more, okay? I hope this blessed you. I'm going to go back and rewatch this. I really pray that this blessed you. Seriously, whoever made it this far, it was really for you. That broke us when they said your engine is bad. That broke us, guys. But you know what? God got us a new car, and my husband was like, I did not know we was going to walk away with a new car that day. So I hope this blessed you. I hope you have an amazing day. I really pray I didn't leave out any details. Did I, Lord? That was just a hard time for us, y'all. But anyway, we made it through. And God is still paying our car note. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.